Hey everybody, what is up? I am the writer-director of the third channel. I hope you guys can hear me. If you can't, let me know in the chat. I see Christian Spencer is already here. What's up, Christian? I wanted to give people a little bit of an update since this is our first week of doing the Indiegogo. I think it's been going really well. We had a really great day, the very first day that we launched it on the 9th. And I mean, it looks like we're 4% funded for the most part for right now. Obviously, those numbers will hopefully change because we definitely need a lot more to make a film, unfortunately. So yeah, that's where you guys come in. I want to know like your ideas about the different types of perks that we're offering. If we can put together something else that you are interested in, don't be afraid to speak up and let me know. So the other thing I was going to mention is that I am going to be hopefully here soon. I'm a little nervous tonight. I don't know why. I think this is the time of the day, but I'm going to be doing some live, what I'm going to be calling it is live from Lolita, which is where the Halloween 3 film was made and where we're going to be filming it, right here in Northern California. So I'm going to be doing those, and I don't know exactly when we're going to be doing those, but I'm going to have that coming up, and I'm excited because I know a lot of people want to go there, but they haven't gotten the chance to. And I kind of want to, walk around the town with my video cell phone. I can't even talk tonight. Walk around with my cell phone and, show people around the town and see what's there now, because I know, it's changed. I mean, some of the things that used to be there are no longer there. I remember there was in the film, there was a building where they put, it said Dublin Inn or something like that. And that's either no longer there. Obviously the sign's not there because it was in a movie. Yeah, so I mean, there's been some changes to it. So, but yeah, and I see Steve Merlo is in the audience. Hello, Steve, and also Daniel Lund. And yeah, I was going to go over I was going to get to some questions as well, if you guys have questions. And I see Father Maloney is in. Rob Mahoney is in the house now. A funny thing about Rob Mahoney, when I first saw his name, I immediately equated it to the guy from The Fog, the priest's name. I can't remember what they call him, but it's a Mahoney something. I think it's very similar, but obviously not the same name. And so yeah, we're like 4% funded, and I'm looking to get some extra perks. If you guys have some ideas about what we can do, I did want to go over some of the cast that we have. Now, of course, I can't go into detail about the actual storyline of the film, but I am going to be auditioning a couple of people for the lead role, which is Jessica Kelly. I can't really tell you too much about that, although there is a little bit of a synopsis about her. One of the people that I just recently brought on, and I'm going to be doing some updates on the people that that I have casted, which I was really surprised that he was in this film and actually worked with this particular person. But he goes by the name of Jeff Hunter, and he is going to be playing the role of, which again, where I can't really tell you what the role is about, but he's going to be playing Adam Wagner. And his name is, again, Jeff Hunter. He was in one of the episodes of my what is it called? My name's Bruce. So we had a scene. He had a scene with Bruce Campbell, and Bruce Campbell was his director because Bruce Campbell is like on that set. He's like the writer, director. He does it all, and so I'm really excited about that. We're really excited to work with him because it's a very important role in the film. And yeah, so I'm going to take some questions here. Steve Merlo wants to know, when do we plan on start filming? Well, I am looking at either April or May of next year. And, that's kind of a ways out. So I wanted to give myself some time to do the Indiegogo campaign and, be able to go over some more of the details in the script and that type of thing. And then Christian Spencer wants to know, is this a direct sequel or many years later? I can't really say. It is, all that I can really say is that it is a unofficial sequel. So it will be very interesting for people to see. I know Steve has read the script, so Steve is sitting back and saying like, yeah, I know. I know, but I can't tell. And I see Brendan Hayes is in the audience. Now I want to talk about a couple of the talent that we have coming on board outside of the people that I just mentioned. So 2 people are in the audience tonight that are in the film, and one of them just got casted today. So I'll start with the first one. Because I think some of you have already seen the announcement that I made. His name is Brendan Hayes, and he's actually from County Cork, which is where Daniel O'Herlihy was from. So I'm really excited to bring him on. He is going to be playing. It's not Cochrane. He's going to be playing a supporting lead role. That's very, very important. And one of the biggest things that I was kind of worried about trying to fill this role was, how do I find somebody with an Irish accent that's going to be believable, that's not going to flub up, on their lines? And how am I going to do that in Northern California? Right? So we are going to be importing him. And it's kind of funny because I know in the movie they say Cochrane brought all those people out of this from, I can't even say the line right now, but he's, the line I'm talking about. He says he brought every one of those factory people, I'm not going to swear, from out of this town. And I kind of feel like that because there's a lot of people that are not from this area that I'm actually having to fly in, bring in, whatever you want to call it. Some people are from the San Francisco area. Our DP, cinematographer, Ryan Casta. I'm going to butcher your name. I am so sorry if you're watching this and you're like, that is not my name. Ryan Castaneda. Don't kill me too harshly. But he is from the San Francisco area. So I believe. So he's going to be coming from that area. And of course, we have Brendan coming from County Cork, Ireland. The other person I want to mention is coming from, I believe it's the Midwest, if he told me, if I remember him correctly, because we kind of had this conversation today, although he's been interested in a part, he's been working on the part. And that is Daniel Lund. So say hello to Daniel Lund. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right. I think I just need ABC Mouse. I have a hard time writing, every time I write the script, I'm like, oh man, I need to learn how to spell, and then I need to learn how to pronounce people's names. So anyone who ends up on set with me, and I'm just going to say, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, So he is going to be in it, and there's a few other people, and I will definitely get those names up. But and Daniel nailed it. I mean, I looked at his reel today, looked at that self-tape that he sent to me, and I was actually really impressed because the character that I had written, I mean, he just like jumped it right off the page. I mean, it was like, oh my gosh, that's Jimmy. That's the guy. That's him. That's exactly who I, want to be in that role. Let me take a look and see if there's any other questions or anything. Oh, I see Carrie Yates is in the audience. Hello, Carrie. This is the first time I'm doing this from YouTube, so I'm not sure if you were on the other one or not, but welcome. I see also, and John Henderson is one of our associate producers. He is in the audience from Doomsday Crypt. Brendan Hayes, of course, and Amy Crabtree. She's one of our associate producers, and of course, Steve Merlo is one of our associate producers, of course, the one that's helping a lot with this campaign, and I really appreciate his help. If you get the chance, if you want to support the third channel and you want to also support the Sawyer Massacre, I know that I think they're in demand. You might have to tell me that, Steve, if you are or not. But they're very, 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 they're very close to being able to shoot, and I think they're close to their goal. So go ahead and check out their campaign. I will put a link in their description, his description, in that area somewhere. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about too, and this is just some ideas that I'm throwing around here because it's not something I'm going to do that's in stone, but I did want to let you guys know about it. There's a few other people that I'm talking to. I can't mention names right now. A couple of them are SAG. One I do not believe is SAG, but two are SAG, and again, without mentioning who they are, because I'm not, at liberty to discuss everything. But they were in Halloween 3. All three of them were. So I would really love to make this a SAG, but I don't 100% know how to actually do that or think that I could. Given that this is a low budget, although they do have something called like under 20,000 micro producer something in there, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, how can you shoot a film with 20,000 on with a SAG voucher or whatever? So it's a little bit of a catch-22. I don't know how maybe it's for shorts. It's, if anybody knows anything about that, or can, lend an ear and tell me more about it, I'd be more than happy to listen. And then Steve says, we are going for our second stretch goal. Well, awesome, cool. I think you guys are doing really well too. And it looks like, I'm more than happy to help, spread the word as well on that, Steve. What else was I going to talk about? It's been a long week, guys. It's been a long week. I mean, the campaign launched, and then we're at the weekend right now. It's Saturday, and I've been. A couple of people that know me, they know that I'm working on a couple of personal things that I need to take care of. So that's kind of been something that I've been working on here too as well. And it's Father Mahoney says maybe I should look at these things in the chat here. But yeah, and Amy Crabtree says, Ooh, killer news. Yeah, I hope so, Amy. I hope. I don't know what being in a SAG production would all entail. It would really great to get those people on. It really would. But we'll see. And then says Christian Spencer says, "Do you see your film having a sequel?" And wow, it's funny that you should say that, Christian. Bleh. Again, my mouth. I actually could possibly see that, to be honest. I don't know in what form. It's definitely a possibility, and there's so many different avenues that one could take, even in the the premise of Halloween 3. I mean, aside from the third channel, like if someone wanted to say, "Oh, I think that could be something a little bit different there that we could add something to and make a sequel to." I mean, Halloween 3's got, it's rich. In itself, it's a rich story that could go like any direction. With anybody that, can kind of get in there and figure out what, there's like a lot of things people can do. I'll just put you down that way. I hope that answers your question, Christian. That's about all I can say. It's trade secrets. But and then let's see. Brendan says, "You've been doing an awesome job so far, Michelle. I'm really looking forward to traveling to America to begin working with you and your team." Us too, Brendan. It's very delightful to be working with somebody from that area. It's an honor. It's an honor, and it's an honor in general for the people that have come forward and want to work on this project with me. It's amazing. I feel honored, and I have much gratitude for that. So I thank you all for that. Carrie Yates says, "Love the trailer, Michelle. I felt like I was transported back in time." Cool. That is awesome. That is really awesome to hear. A lot of people, I've heard people say that. A lot of people have said they really feel like the town that they're, and without even really knowing that it is the town. Like, there's been some people that have watched it and thought, well, this looks really like the town that they had in Halloween 3. It is the Halloween 3 town. And there's really not much there. There used to be a really famous, like I think it was called the Cheese Factory or something like that. It was definitely way before I actually got here. Unfortunately, because I would have loved to have tried it. I'm vegan, but I do like cheese once in a great while. So and I like eggs, but yeah. So there's really nothing in the town of Lolita. So we're gonna have to kind of, like, when I come out there and I do the live from Lolita thing, you guys will see that. But you'll also see that the town structure is still there. It's still, I think it's still got that creepy vibe to it, and that's, the factory is still there. Cross my fingers, knock on wood. Although I will say about the factory, I have heard that somebody recently bought it. I don't know how true that is. I think I saw something about it being an escrow. So I don't know what they're doing with it. So I'm hoping that no matter what happens, whether they want to change something, change the face of it, or completely demolish it or whatever, I really hope that that it is there by the time we film. That we can get those principal exterior shots. Because we're only doing exteriors. We're not doing interior shots because the building itself is it's in disarray. I'm from Detroit, and I wouldn't even walk inside that building. There's been people that have been jumping through there with video cameras and stuff like that, and I highly do not recommend that. When I was there a few months ago to shoot the trailer, I wouldn't go in there without a building inspector or the fire department or somebody like that knows what they're doing. So, Not that I'm telling people what to do or anything like that. I'm just saying the building might not want to trespass. That's a good reason. That's a good reason. Let me turn my attention back to the questions here. Da, 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 da. Oh, and hey, Keith McCoy. Hello, Keith. Hello, hello, hello. He is actually in Ireland as well, and he is the one that's doing a lot of our soundtrack score. So everybody that I've shown the trailer to, you know, they have loved the music. It really goes along with Halloween 3, and that it has that vibe. And he says 3:20 in the middle of the night here, but had to come out and say hello. Well, thank you very much, Keith, for doing that. 3 a.m. I remember that in my college days. You'll be snoozing all day tomorrow. And then let's see. John Henderson from Doomsday Crypt says, I'll be doing another event maybe in May. Plan on advertising for you. And Steve at Table. Oh, cool. John does, and John is, again, he's one of our associate producers. He does Doomsday Crypt, and he actually does a lot of conventions. He was actually at one of the conventions that it was like a big Halloween convention. They had like everybody there, and he was there. And he says, I'll have 20 by 20 area at one of them. That sounds like a pretty big. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty big. We'll try to get your poster. We'll try to get you a whole poster to put up there, if possible. So, that would be really great because people would see that right off the bat. Oh, and then we have a lot of people. We have a lot of people from Ireland tonight. Carrie Yates says that it's 3:20, so she must also be in Ireland. And not much. She's been lecturing all day, so that sounds wow. That sounds amazing. I'm so glad that you guys are coming to watch this. I won't keep you too long. I'm going to just see if I have any other things to chat about. And I think that's pretty much it for the most part. I really want to know about perks. If you guys have ideas about things, let me know either in the comments or send me a DM. And I don't know, am I missing anything here? Should I be, do you guys need to know anything? What are your questions? I'll take a few more questions probably before I call it a night tonight. Oh, and Amy Crabtree says, I love the Christmas ornament perk. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I haven't actually had the chance to make any of those because we haven't had anybody that has purchased those yet. But hey, they're there. Will you have a mask perk? You know what? Somebody else mentioned that to me today, and I can't divulge everything. Will be in the film, but we will have stuff like that. Oh, and then hey, John Alton is here. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, John, for coming in. And he says, sorry I'm late. Don't worry about it. You're New York time. John Alton is working with us as well. He is also working in the casting department and working on some of the people that he knows that he can bring in to this production, which I'm really, really, really happy to be working with him. John and I are also working on another project together, which is how I met him. Well, this is a long story how I met John. But let me first tell you that John, you may know of his work. John did the rock music for the Sleepaway Camp franchise. If you remember the song Sleepaway, he did that, and I think the other one was called Nightmares. You'll have to remind me. I can hear it in my mind. I can't remember the exact title of the song. But he and I, first of all, let me back up and say that when I lived in the LA area, I was in a band, and we covered the song Sleepaway. It was when I was working in a band, and John had actually heard the song, and which I was really flattered. I was like, oh my gosh, who expects that, right? And he got into contact with me somehow. I think it was on Reverb Nation or something like that. And he was like, thank you so much for covering. And I was like, oh my gosh. So we started talking, and we have a lot in common. I grew up in Maine for the most part. I'm from Detroit, but he spent time in Maine. So we have that in common. But we're working on a film called Family Property 2, More Blood. Which is a Derek Young film, and Out of Control. He said it's Out of Control. That I remember that because I remember the scene that's in. And if you know Sleepaway Camp, it was Sleepaway Camp 2 that was in. It was the scene where the couple are in the bathroom and Angela's about to get them. But yeah, so we're working on that production, and he's doing the music for that, and he let me hear some of that music, and I'm editing it. I'm in the film, and Lloyd Kaufman is in the film as well, and oh my gosh, it's got like a lot of people in there. I will at some point put a link up to that. So I'm happy to be working with these great people. This is really like a dream come true for me. Which is really why I really want to get this film funded and just get it out there. I'll tell you a little story. The whole thing of like how this came about. I was living in the desert. It was like my first year in the desert, and I was kind of weirded out because I was there by myself, and I don't know why, but I woke up one morning and I was like, wow, that was a really weird dream. I actually had a dream about a lot of the elements in this screenplay for the third channel. And I was like, wow, I've got to write that down, and I did. I mean, I wrote down the most important key things, for the most part, and I've been working on it like off and on ever since. I mean, I had the idea, like I said, I had the idea for it back in like 2019 actually, 2019 when I first moved to the desert area. And then let's see, I will read. Brendan Hayes. How about a shout out video from Ireland as a perk? A cameo type thing, I'd be glad to assist. Hey, that is wonderful. That would be great. Thank you, Brendan. That would be also as well. So I think I know what you're talking about too, like where people they'll have like celebrities or whatever come on, and people will give a shout out to somebody for their birthday or something. I think that might be what you're referring to. And and then yeah, I mean, congratulations to Steve, because I know Steve just recently had a baby. So congratulations to you, Steve. That's really wonderful, a new addition to your family. I'm sure that they'll grow up, and I'm sure that a lot of people in your family will probably grow up and make films and do all those cool things. Because yeah, you do it really well. So I think people will. I think your family will really, really. I think you'll see some little Merlots out there someday. you'll have to comment on that too. If it maybe, I don't know how old your kids are, but I could see that. I could definitely see that. And let's see, John says, I remember that stuff, Michelle. I'm not sure what he's. Oh yes, with the scene that you're talking about, the scene in Sleepaway, I think is what you mean. And then yes, my 4-year-old daughter has a cameo. Oh wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. That's very awesome. Yep. And then yes, John remembers the desert stuff. I didn't like the desert. I liked the desert. I just didn't like a lot of the aspects of the desert. I like it much more here in the Eureka area. I mean, not only because of the Halloween locations and stuff like that, but it's more like my digs. It's just more like a fit for me. There's a lot of creative people here, a lot of really cool things that they do in this area. Things I haven't even gotten to really check out yet. So let me see what else was. And then Steve says I like that perk idea, Brendan. So yeah, I mean those are definitely a lot of really great ideas. To tell you a little bit more. Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be great, Brendan. That would be great. I know Brendan knows a lot about that stuff too, about the lore and everything. Which I'm not gonna say too much, but I mean those he picked up on those things right away in the script. But yeah, I'm really happy also to have Brendan come on. You know, right when he did the audition, I mean, I was like, that's him. That's the guy. That's definitely who I want to go with. You know, the accent, um, you know, really seemed to be able to. I mean, other than being, you know, a Season of the Witch fan himself, he was really able to get in there and grasp the character and the development about it and the execution for what I wanted. So I'm really looking actually quite forward to working with him as well. Um, and I guess Keith and Brendan are almost neighbors, so yeah, you guys should hang out and you know stuff like that. Bring him with you. We maybe can like do a score right then and there. But let's see. Steve says another popular perk is to have your name mentioned in the film. Oh yeah, I've seen people do that. Like they'll have pictures on the wall of you know somebody, things like that. And oh, I see the Rotten Report is here. I actually don't, my apologies, I don't think I know your actual name, although you may have told me this. But the Rotten Report, I'm going to be going on their show here soon. We're going to work out a time for that. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, so gosh, I mean, so this is an idea that I have for a perk because a couple people came to me earlier this week, and this was the reason I was asking about perks. You know, if you guys had these ideas. But his name is Shane. Hello, Shane. Shane from the Rotten Report. If you get a chance, I know he's on Instagram. Go follow his account as well. So one of the ideas that I have for the perk, because a couple people had come to me earlier in the week and asked, you know, hey, are you guys going to have computer chips? Because I mean, that is something that is kind of sort of, I mean, obviously from the poster, you know, computer chips are going to be. I can't lie. I cannot say now. Nope, there's no computer. I can't say that you know that there's computer chips because of the poster. So I'm going to show you something, and I might put it up for grabs in the perks. If somebody else doesn't come to me first and say, you know, hey, I'll take that. But I think I'll probably put it in the perks because I don't really foresee myself using it again. I mean, maybe. Although I don't know why I'm saying that because I guess perks can really be sent out at any time. So if I do happen to use this prop again, I can use it, you know, by the time I send it to the person. But the prop that was used in the trailer, which is like a little computer chip that I got, and I did the prop myself. But I'll show it to you here. It's if you can see it. So I'm thinking, I mean, what do you guys think? Is this something that you would like to have as a perk? And then, of course, on the back we have. So this is definitely doable. It was very easy for. Well, I'm not going to say it was easy. I'm not going to say it was easy, but just don't be like Marge and use a hairpin to try to figure it out, guys, because that's just not the way to go. Anyways, yeah, so that's an idea. And I can definitely expand on that too. So let me know in the comments. See, nice computer chip. I would think that was an excellent perk. That prop looks great. Any Halloween thing? Well, cool. Awesome. Well, I would be more than happy to make more of them. I mean, yeah. Let's see. Carrie Yates says, I will get back into looking at the indie very soon. I studied 3 weeks straight and giving my eyes rest. Yes, I hear that. No problem. No worries, Carrie. What do you study? I'm curious to know. I mean, you don't have to tell me, or you don't have to, but you mentioned it, so I'm curious now what you study. But yeah, I think that's probably it for now. I want to, and again, I want to thank like everybody that was pretty much like had their finger on the buzzer, before we even launched to get ready to do this, and that is really quite amazing. I'm really happy with that. Let's see. Be back in a few. Gotta get the kids ready for bed. Let's see. Well, cool. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna probably cut it here, just for now, and I'll probably be going on again here. I'm gonna try to do this like at least twice a week, at least once a week for certain, but I'm gonna try to do twice a week, just to give like updates, because we have updates pretty much like all the time. I can run off updates, all over the place. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it here. But please do go and check out the Indiegogo campaign, and I know that's listed on my Facebook. I'll also put the link in the description here, and also if you get a chance, go support Steve Marlowe's project, the Sawyer Massacre. I'm gonna say Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And yeah, again, I am really stoked. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to bring this to the screen. And yeah, so good night, everybody, and I'll talk to you later.